Hello children, I welcome you all to the online English classes. So last time we were discussing chapter 3 and the explanation was going on when we read about William Douglas, certain point of time in his life when he was too afraid of being in the water. One incident to twice these incidents happened that made him too scary of the water. Once when he was a child, he was taken by his father to a beach where he was almost drowned. Now the second incident we were reading when a heavily built boy threw him into the water, and it was really difficult for him to survive. Sober, now we were reading that he was trying to struggle to keep himself alive. I flailed at the surface of the water. Now he was flailed means he was waving, he was moving wildly, he was struggling very hard to keep on the surface of the water. Swallowed and choked. Swallowed means he swallowed water, only water was there, and he almost choked because of that water. I tried to bring my legs up, but they hung as dead weights, paralyzed and rigid. Now they were almost like dead, and because of struggling too hard, they were almost paralyzed. Paralyzed means lifeless, and rigid. Rigid means he was not able to move them. A great force was pulling me under. I screamed, but only the water heard me. Though he was screaming, but he felt that it was of no use, as nobody could hear as he was in water. uh, I had started on the long journey back to the bottom of the pool. He was again moving back to the bottom of the pool, though he was trying to struggling and trying to keep on the surface of the water. Then what happens is I struck at the water as went down, expending my strength as one in a nightmare fights an irresistible force. Now he hit the water while he was moving down to the surface of the earth, and it was as if that he was having a very bad dream. He was in a very bad dream, and it was an irresistible force. He could not resist the severe situation he was in. I had lost all my breath, my lungs ached, and my head throbbed. I was getting dizzy. So his body had started aching, his lungs ached because of swallowing of too much of water, and his head was striking. It was paining really bad. I was getting dizzy. Dizzy means sleepy. But I remembered the strategy. I would spring from the bottom of the pool and come up like a cork to the surface. I would lie flat on the water, strike out my arms, and thrash with my legs. Now he is again planning the same strategy, that he would, as soon as he struck the bottom, he would jump up to the surface of the earth, and he would thrash and move his legs and arms so fast that he could keep on the surface. Then I would get to the edge of the pool and be safe. Now this was the strategy he was trying to apply in order to survive. Then what he says is, I went down endlessly. I opened my eyes. Nothing but water with a yellow glow, dark water that one could not see through. Now he was again he tried to move up, but again he felt as if he was drowning, and he was again going back to the bottom of the pool. Now what he could see there only was that there was yellow dark water, that nothing was visible from that. And then sheer stark terror seized me. Now only sheer means completely plain, clean, and stark means pure. So only and only he could see through was only terror, nothing else. That knows no control, terror that no one can understand who has not experienced it. So he was feeling that it was such a terror that nobody could ever have experienced it. Nobody could have ever it's such a strong and such a weird terror that he was going through, and he wished that nobody should get to see that. I was shrieking under the water. Now he was panicking, he was crying. I was paralyzed under the water, stiff, rigid with fear. So he was his throat was almost frozen and he could not open his mouth to scream, and his body was stiff. Stiff means cannot move, rigid again cannot move or change. And fear, with fear means lot of fear was there, and he was tired also of all that. Even the screams in my throat were frozen, only my heart and the pounding in my head. The only two things right now he could feel were his heart that was beating very fast, and second thing was his head that was pounding. Pounding means pulsating very hard. Said I was still alive. The only feeling that he had in the water was that how come I am still surviving in the water in such a dreadful situation. The only thing that he was right now feeling was this. And then, in the midst of terror, came a touch of reason. I must remember to jump when I hit the bottom. Though he had given all the hope, though he was very tense, yet in this terror, he came back to his senses. He regained his senses, and what did he decide? That I must remember as soon as I hit the bottom, I have to jump up so that I could come up to the surface. At last, I felt the tiles under me. My toes reached out if to grab them. I jumped with everything I had. Then again he tried, he struggled very hard. Again he reached the bottom, and then he struck back with his legs. But the jump made no difference. The water was still around me. I looked for ropes, ladders, water wings. Though he jumped very hard, though he jumped with all the strength he had left, but he realized that he was again in the water itself. So now he was looking for another other options, that so that he could survive the water. That is, he was looking for ropes, ladders, water wings for support so that he could survive. Nothing but water. He could see nothing but water. A mass of yellow water held me. Stark terror. Stark means complete terror took on an even deeper hold on me, like a great change, like a great charge of electricity. As if one can see a charge of electricity, one gets a current. The only current here he was receiving was of terror, and he could not get away with that feeling, as he could not see for help, as he could not call for help, as he was almost drowning in the water. I shook and trembled with fright. My arms wouldn't move, my legs wouldn't move. I tried to call for help, to call for mother. Nothing helped. Obviously, when we are in terror, or we face some accidents, or we face some injuries and all, the first person we comes to our mind for help is our mother. Now he was crying, and he wished to call his mother to reach for help, but nothing was helpful. He was just drowning in the water. And then, strangely, there was light. I was coming out of awful yellow water. Now, slowly and gradually, he felt that as if he could see some light. Obviously, in water you can't see so much of light. It is all darkened there. So now he felt that awful means weird, ajeeb, yellow water, and now at least his eyes were out of the water. My nose almost out too. Then I started down a third time. Though he tried and struggled and tried to reach the surface, yet again he felt as if he was drowning in the water the third time. I sucked for air and got water. The yellowish light was going out. He again started drowning in the water. Then all effort ceased. I relaxed. Now he has given up all the hope. Ceased means to give up. I relaxed. Even my legs left felt limp. Limp means they have given up all the hope, and a blackness swept over my brain, as if he was now he was about to faint, because he's been in water for a long time, and now he's been panicking and all that. All these things have resulted into him fainting. In fainting it wiped out fear, it wiped out terror. Now, because he was fainting and he has given up all this hope and loosened all his hope, now because of his fainting, all the fear had gone, and he was out of terror. He didn't have to terrorize anymore There was no more panic. It was quiet and peaceful, nothing to be afraid of. This is nice. To be drowsy, to go to sleep. Now he is feeling drowsy because he's lost all his strength. He has worked too much, worked his body and mind too much, that he is now about to faint. So he's feeling relaxed, that if he has given his all his hopes and all his terror and everything has gone away. No need to jump, to try too hard, to try to jump. It's nice to be carried gently, to float along in a space. Tender arms around me, tender arms like mothers. Now I must go to sleep. Now he has given the hope. His body is tired, his mind is tired, so he's almost fainting, and he's as if feeling that he's now going to die. So he has literally come in contact in a and then what he says is, I crossed to oblivion and the curtain of life fell. Now he has come into realization, and he has come into he has accepted that thing, that he is no more going to survive, and the curtain of his life was going to draw soon, means he was going to die and he is not going to survive. And because he was fainting also, and he has given up all the hope, so he has accepted this situation, and he's about to sleep, that is he's accepted to die in the water itself, as he has given up all the hope. The next time I remember, I was lying on my stomach beside the pool vomiting. The moment after, when he came into back to his conscious and all that, what he realized, that he was lying on his stomach and he was vomiting means obviously his lungs were filled with water, and he was throwing out all the water he had inhaled in during his time in the water. The chap that threw me in was saying, but I was only fooling. So the boy who threw him into the water was standing just next to him, and he was saying that I was just kidding with him, I was just playing with him. Someone said, the kid nearly died, but all right now. Let's carry him to the locker room. Now the situation is that he has been saved from the water. Somebody saw him in the water and lying unconscious, so he has been saved from the water, and here the boy who threw him, he is getting scoldings. Several hours later, I walked home. I was weak and trembling. I shook and cried, and when I lay on my bed, I couldn't eat that night. For days, a haunting fear was in my heart. Now he's lost all his strength because he struggled too hard in the water for a long time. So it was difficult for him to move back to his home. Somehow he could reach, but he couldn't sleep for many nights because that situation, that particular incident once when happened with his father, now second time it again happened with someone who threw him into the water. That fear kept haunting him, kept troubling him in his heart. The slightest exertion upsets me. Exertion means a little bit of memory. Whenever he memorized the situation of water, then he became very upset, and he making me wobbly in the knees and sick to my stomach. So he said that he couldn't keep that thing, and that particular incident, it kept him upset for many days, and whenever uh, he remembered that particular incident, he ever he got to remember that, it was very disturbing. He would get his stomach would get sick, he would get pain in his knees and all, means his body even was showing signs of the trauma that he had went through during that particular incident. I never went back to the pool. I feared water. I avoided it whenever I could. Now he had stopped going to the swimming pool, though he had decided few days back that he would join the swimming club, and he would give up all the fear that he had for water. But again he started avoiding going to the even near to the pool anywhere. So children, this much we have covered in the particular lesson. So rest part of the story we'll cover it the next time. Thank you.